Hello friends, this video on alternating currents part 18 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 17 before going ahead with part 18. So now we will talk about a very important phenomenon of resonance related to LCR circuit, because this resonance is something which actually puts LCR circuit into practical uses. See, there is no point in studying anything which is just theory. Why are we studying LCR circuits? Why are we even studying the alternating currents? That's because all these things can be used in our practical purposes. We can implement them and we can make our life simpler and easier. So now, till now, we just spoke about the theory of alternating currents. What are alternating currents? How do alternating currents affect a resistor, an inductor, a capacitor, three of them together? So now it is the time that we will slowly learn concepts which are related to these circuits or which are related to whatever we studied so far, and they are equally useful in our day-to-day life. So resonance is one such very important phenomenon. So what is resonance? It is the tendency of a system to oscillate at a greater amplitude at some frequencies than at others. So what is resonance? We will first try to understand that. So as of now, you forget about alternating currents, LCR circuits, AC circuits, everything. You just concentrate on what is resonance. It means that a certain system will always want to oscillate at some frequencies at very high amplitudes. You understand what is oscillation, right? It is like a pendulum moving like this. So this is known as oscillation. What is amplitude? That means the maximum displacement from the mean position. So this distance is your amplitude. So there will be certain frequencies at which the amplitudes will be more than at other frequencies. So that phenomenon is known as resonance. For example, you can you can relate it to real life in this way, that sometimes it happens that every person likes to do certain things more at certain times. Like, for example, if it is your exam time, you feel like studying more. So the amount of study which you do in a normal day is lesser than the amount of study which you do during your exams time, right? So that examination time is a push, because of which your amplitude is more, you are studying more. So this kind of phenomenon is known as resonance. So it is common among systems that have a tendency to oscillate at a particular frequency. That means this phenomenon of resonance will occur for those systems which have a tendency to oscillate at a particular frequency, and that frequency is known as natural frequency. So you will understand it very clearly as soon as I take this example before you. Let us suppose that you have a pendulum. You have this pendulum. If you leave this pendulum on its own, this pendulum will oscillate with a particular frequency, right? So it will have a particular frequency that is called natural frequency. That means I am not pushing the pendulum, I am not shaking it, I am not doing anything, I am just leaving it on its own. But it has some natural frequency with which it will oscillate. Now let us suppose if I come back and if I start giving it a push such that I add up to the natural frequency. Let us suppose the natural frequency is that it should oscillate like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us suppose this is the natural frequency, and let us suppose I come and I give a push to the bob of the pendulum at the same frequency. That is 1, 2, 3. If I give at the same frequency, then what happens? The amplitude increases. Anyways, because of its natural frequency, the pendulum wanted to move this side. Now I am also giving some push from this end, so it is moving all the more. That is, its amplitude is increasing all the more. So this phenomenon is known as resonance. So it is common among systems which have, by its own, they have a natural frequency. That means they have a tendency to oscillate at a particular frequency. So look at this example once again. This is your pendulum which is oscillating at its natural frequency. Now if you come from outside and give a push to the pendulum in the same side, its amplitude increased, right? Did you observe that the amplitude increased now? So this frequency at which the pendulum oscillates with a greater amplitude is known as the resonance frequency. That means some external frequency adds up to your natural frequency, which results in increase in amplitude, right? So in this case, the frequency of the push is equal to the natural frequency, and this is known as resonant frequency, and this is your resonance. Similarly, you can also take the example of a swing. Let us suppose if you go to a children's park and you are sitting on a swing. Now you swing at your own pace, that is at your natural frequency. Now if I come from behind and if I also start giving you push at the same frequency, whenever you come back I push you, again you come back I push you. That means I am also pushing you at the same frequency with which you are swinging. So this push is adding to the natural frequency of the swing and the amplitude is increasing. Therefore, this is known as resonance, and this frequency is known as resonant frequency. So that means whenever I talk of resonant frequency, that means at resonant frequency, the amplitude will be maximum. Right? Okay. So now let us look at the resonance of a series LCR circuit. What happens in case of an LCR circuit? So when does resonance occurs in case of an LCR circuit? What did I tell you? I told you that at resonant frequency, amplitude is maximum. That means whenever resonance occurs, that means the amplitude is maximum. So which amplitude am I talking about when I am talking about an LCR circuit? So in an LCR circuit, the amplitude I am talking about is the current amplitude. So what is my current amplitude? It is Im, which is given by Vm divided by Z, right? This would be the voltage amplitude divided by the net impedance of the circuit. So that will be equal to Vm divided by root over R square plus Xc minus XL whole square, right? So this is my current amplitude. So if I say that I want to see what happens at resonance, so at resonance my current amplitude should be maximum. Now for amplitude should be maximum, that means at resonance current amplitude should be maximum. Now this current will be maximum when the impedance will be minimum. So this implies that impedance should be minimum. Now what will be the minimum value of this impedance? Impedance will be minimum when Xc is equal to XL. That means this entire term will be equal to 0. So impedance will be minimum when XL minus Xc minus XL whole square is equal to 0. That means when Xc is equal to XL, right? So this is the condition for resonance to occur in a series LCR circuit. Now what is Xc? It is 1 by omega C. What is XL? It is omega L. So from this we can say that omega is equal to 1 by root over LC. So this value of frequency is known as the resonant frequency, and we generally denote it as omega naught. So omega naught represents the resonant frequency. So now if you look at it with the help of, in terms of this graph, you see that the value of the current amplitude increases with the value of the angular frequency omega, and it reaches a maximum value, and this maximum value corresponds to omega naught, that is the resonant frequency, and then again decreases down. So as omega keeps increasing, the current increases, reaches a maximum value at resonant frequency, and again starts falling down with increase in omega. So this is how resonance occurs in case of an LCR circuit, and this resonance in LCR circuit is used in many of our practical purposes. We will look at one of the very good examples which many of us use in our day-to-day life in the next slide. So one important point to be noted here is that resonance is exhibited by a circuit only if both L and C are present in the circuit. So if you take the example of if you consider any circuit which has only inductor and resistor, in that case resonance cannot occur, because resonance can occur only when your capacitive reactance and inductive reactance are equal and opposite to each other, and therefore they cancel out each other. So it is a must that you should have a capacitor and inductor both present in an LCR circuit if you want to have, or if you want to experience the phenomenon of resonance. So resonance is not possible without both L and C together. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.